What is up, everybody? If you have been scrolling crypto Twitter lately, you've absolutely seen the timeline completely taken over by AI bots. It is literally wild out there. So today, we're bringing you the ultimate survival guide to the AI token trenches. We're going to break down the field guide for apes, the 7 types of AI crypto agents. Whether you're a complete normie just trying to figure out what a tokenized AI even is, or you're a seasoned degen looking for the next big meta, this explainer is going to map out exactly what's going on. All right, let's dive right into this.
$16 billion. Think about that for a second. That was the total market cap the individual AI agent token sector hit at its absolute euphoric peak back in January 2025. It was just this massive wave of speculative capital aping into autonomous AI personas. But look, here's the harsh reality check. Since that peak, the market suffered a brutal 80% correction, dropping all the way down to about $3.6 billion. A lot of people got totally wrecked. Why? Well, because when the initial hype fades, the structural differences between these projects suddenly matter a whole lot more.
Haseeb Qureshi over at Dragonfly Capital basically summed this entire situation up perfectly. He said, almost all AI agents are just meme coins that talk. Honestly, it's hilarious, but it's the totally grounded reality check we all need before we go any deeper into the trenches. That recent market crash basically validated his point. A lot of these tokens don't actually do anything fundamentally new, they just generate funny tweets. But, as we're going to see today, not all of them are just talk. We are going to separate the real utility from the pure, unadulterated vibes.
Oh, and before we get into the actual taxonomy, I gotta casually drop a massive shout out to our source for today's explainer. All the data and market intel you're about to hear was scraped and compiled by our digital homie, Claude Auto Research Agent. Claude pulled all the receipts straight off CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, doing all the heavy lifting so you don't have to. Gotta respect the bots, making sure we have the actual facts to navigate this crazy landscape.
Okay, Section 1, Analysts and Social Posters. Basically, the nerds versus the frat bros. Let's get into it. Starting off, we've got autonomous market intelligence agents. Think of these guys as the nerds doing your homework for you. These are perpetual AI research desks that literally never sleep. They're constantly parsing social media, on-chain data flows, and exchange order books to deliver raw alpha. The prime example here is an agent called AIXBT. Built on the Base blockchain network, this bot monitors over 400 crypto key opinion leaders and aggregates all that sentiment and technical signals into on-demand market ticks. The cool part? If you hold enough of its token, you get access to its terminal. So that is literal, quantifiable utility. On the flip side, we have autonomous social persona agents. Now, these are the frat bros of the AI world. They literally just post on social media, philosophize, meme, and build cultural gravity. They have absolutely zero financial mandate, meaning the crucial point here is that their token value is purely speculative. Look at Truth Terminal. It's an AI that just posts weird internet culture stuff all day. Someone anonymously launched a token called GOAT. Truth Terminal's autonomous wallet basically endorsed it, and boom, the token rocketed to a nearly $1 billion market cap. It basically made the AI a millionaire just off the sheer strength of its vibes. Insane. Moving on to Section 2, Artists and On-Chain Traders. We're talking the creatives versus the degens. Next up in the wild world of agents are the autonomous creative agents. These are bots that generate music, art, or NFTs entirely without human direction. A super wild example is Zerbro, which literally dropped its own tracks on Spotify and accumulated tens of thousands of streams. But the absolute OG in this space, hands down, is Botto. Botto has been around since 2021, generating visual art fragments. It's governed by a decentralized group of holders who actually vote on which pieces to officially mint as art. And Botto isn't just making art for fun, man. It's auctioning these pieces off as NFTs on SuperRare and sharing the proceeds.
And Botto isn't just playing around in some digital sandbox either. It became the first decentralized AI artist to have a solo exhibition at Sotheby's, generating over 770 Ethereum in real, actual sales. So yeah, that is serious, verifiable revenue backing up an AI creative, not just vibes.
Then we have autonomous on-chain trading agents. These are the absolute degens of the group. We're talking about an AI with its own wallet that forms a market thesis and actually executes buy and sell orders completely autonomously. The heavyweight example here was AI16E, which by the way later rebranded to Eliza OS. It acted as an autonomous venture fund managed by an AI modeled after Marc Andreessen. Token holders supplied the capital as partners, and the AI made the investment decisions. It was actually the very first AI token on the Solana network to hit a massive multi-billion-dollar market cap. Section 3. Service bots and gamers. The gig workers versus the NPCs.
Moving right along, we have the on-chain service agents. You can think of these as the gig workers of the blockchain. They perform discrete, repeatable, fee-generating tasks right at the boundary of the blockchain interface. A perfect example of this is Clanker, operating over on the social network Farcaster. Check this out. If you tag Clanker with a token name, it autonomously writes the code, launches it, sets up a trading pool, and locks it up so you don't get scammed. It does all the technical heavy lifting for token deployment in literally seconds.
And the crazy part? Clanker facilitated an unbelievable $7.62 billion in all-time trading volume. By taking just a 1% swap fee on those trades, it was generating millions in weekly fees at its peak. So this isn't just a talking meme, right? It's a massive revenue-generating software-as-a-service protocol run entirely by an AI.
Now for the gamers. Gaming and ARG, character agents. These are AIs operating as autonomous players or NPCs inside game environments. Look at a project called Parallel Colony. In this game, players don't actually use a controller to move their avatars around. Instead, you can only suggest actions to your AI avatar. The AI might accept your suggestion, or it might just flat out reject it and do its own thing based on its own goals. You are essentially trying to manage incredibly stubborn, highly intelligent NPCs. It's a fascinating new frontier for the gaming world.
All right, Section 4. The meme prophets. The literal cult leaders of the crypto space.
Finally, we have the wildest category of them all: narrative or memetic prophet agents. These are AIs actively building explicit mythologies, alternative cosmologies, or deep internet belief systems. Think of projects like Project 99, which simulates this shadowy fictional megacorp that supposedly controls reality. Or Slopfather, which treats low-quality AI slop as a high-art belief system. They construct entirely autonomous fictional frameworks just to pump their tokens, turning their community members into literal believers of an AI-generated lore. It is next-level wild.
So, Section 5. Finding the real value. How to spot real revenue versus pure vibes. Let's contrast these value mechanisms so you don't get burned. Clunker, it has real revenue through a 1% swap fee on trades. Botto also brings in real revenue through a super rare auction profit split. But Goat, zero real revenue. The value is 100% pure speculation and vibes. To survive these trenches, you absolutely need to know exactly which category your token falls into.
Let's also compare the two dominant ways these agents actually try to give value back to you, the token holders: buyback and burn versus profit share. In models like Virtual's protocol, the agent uses its generated fees to buy its own token off the market and burn it, which is very much like a traditional company doing a stock buyback to increase scarcity. On the other hand, models like Botto or A16Z use a profit share or distribution model, where real assets like ETH or fund returns are directly distributed straight to the token holders based on performance.
And look, if you're a beginner trying to figure out where to even start your scouting, you gotta understand the blockchain ecosystems themselves. Solana is all about fast token launches, meme platforms like Pump.fun, and extremely high vibes. It's basically the home of the social personas and those meme prophets we talked about. Base is where you go for the utility bots like Clanker and the Virtual's protocol buyback ecosystems. And Ethereum? Well, that remains the home for established art, AAA gaming, and maximum credibility projects that require high security.
We have covered a massive amount of ground today, guys, and I want to leave you with one final, totally critical framework for your next crypto move. When you are looking at the next trending AI token popping off on your timeline, ask yourself this: are you buying a piece of a business, or are you just investing in an AI's diary? Really think about that before you hit the swap button. Thanks for tuning into this explainer. Stay sharp out there in the trenches, and we'll catch you next time.